On to race number 2 then. It's not a feature race. It comes up early on the programme. It is the Huantong Handicap Cup, a Class 1 over the 1,400 metres. 5 go around, including Horse of Fortune. First start for Dennis Yep and Responsibly in the saddle. Third in last year's race behind Jolly Banner. The blinkers come off. Chad Schofield from Barry 1. Romantic Touch finished 5th in this race last year. Packing Dragon dropping in class. Most likely roll forward. And Rattan only beaten a nose last weekend by world record. Douglas White takes over with just a 118 on his back.
Well, there could be a little bit of cat and mouse here with a small field, but you would think Packing Dragon, should he show enough pace out of the gates, could lead it. But maybe it might be Romantic Touch. Horse of Fortune's gone forward in the past. Jolly Banner's shown that he likes to sit in. Rattan, look, probably ends up in that order after 100 metres or so. But it is a little sort of tricky, I guess, with a small field.
Yeah, only a couple of bits of track work to show you here of the small field. Romantic Touch, one of them. Wong doing all the work here with him. He's again on a bit of a loose rein as he comes down, but he's had plenty of work in the off-season, so he'll be fit going into this particular contest. And you can see him there on screen. And the other one, Rattan, I just thought I'd show it because he's already had a run, and you can just see that since then he's sort of come out of it okay. He's only needed slow work this week. He's a pretty fit horse, and he did everything but win on Sunday.
Just back to that speed map, Andrew, it's worth mentioning when Romantic Touch won in Macau, he led all the way. He is a versatile type, so he's the only horse in this race that's trialled as well going into this. Obviously, Rattan's already had a run. Yeah,
all right, we'll come back to Rattan in a second or so. Let's start off, though, with last year's winner, Jolly Banner, and jockey Chad Schofield.
Chad, Jolly Banner hasn't trialled since he last raced at the end of last season, but you've been riding Minnie's work. How's he going?
He's going very well. We know how good his record is fresh, and he's just that. His work's been really, really good, and he feels as good as ever, so it's a really nice race for him, small field. I like the fact he hasn't trialled. He is fit enough, and he obviously won the race last year, so hopefully he can go back to back.
You mentioned the small field. Tactically, could things be a bit challenging for you, do you think?
Not really, because he's such an easy horse to ride. He'll be the first horse to leave the gates, and he can relax and travel with cover if I wanted to. So I'll speak to Ricky and see what we can come up with, but no, the race looks good for him.
And of the 5 of them, obviously you're on Jolly Banner, but you've had a bit to do with the likes of Packing Dragon, Rattan, Horse of Fortune. Who do you see as the main danger?
Definitely be Rattan. His run last weekend was very good, and we're going to have to give him a little bit of weight, and he's a very nice horse himself, so I think Rattan will definitely be my biggest opponent.
All right, that's the next horse we're going to have a look at, in actual fact, Rattan. But Jolly Banner, blinkers coming off, but he wasn't wearing them last year either for that win. This is the run last weekend. Rattan angles out here. The winner's just behind him at this stage, world record. Does everything but win.
He does. It was a really good effort, a Herculean effort, really, when you consider he had a really wide barrier and he had a lot of weight to carry. He had the 133. Coming up into Class 1, he's been here twice before, but hasn't been in the form that he is at the moment. That win at the end of last season was super. As you say, did everything bar win. World record is noted for cutting down horses like that. And I thought it was a fabulous effort, all considered.
Yeah, I'm going to side with him. He's had the one run under his belt, which I think is the telling thing with Jolly Banner. So I think they're the main two, but it was a good run, as you said, by Rattan.
All right, Romantic Touch, possible as far as the pace is concerned as well, if Tony Cruz decides that's what he wants Karis Teeton to do. But ultimately, how's he been looking coming into the race?
Well, he's trialled particularly well here, as you can see. Look, he's just sitting at the back at the moment. That's King Genki from memory, who's in front, and he's able to cut down King Genki and go on and score quite positively, I thought. Just gets his head in front right on the wire there. We know he's a very good horse on his day. Obviously had a lot of success in Macau, but he's a real trooper. He cops all of the racing that he has, and he just keeps fronting up. Good money spinner.
Yeah, Derby placed horse. He's won in Macau. I just don't know if this is his right distance, 1,400 metres, but look, it's only a small field, and the tactics are going to be crucial.
Now, that's the thing, you know, whether he can lead at 1,400, but Macau was 1,500, so...
All right, and Horse of Fortune might be on the sharp side for him, but $16, $2 a place at this point. Rattan is very short, Paul.
Yeah, I've got him on top, Rattan. He looks really good after that run under his belt. Jolly Banner, last year's winner, I think will be the toughest to beat. Romantic Touch, I have put him in there for third. And Horse of Fortune changed stables. He's now with Dennis Yep, and his track work's been pretty good leading in, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with the new stable. Does have to carry the top weight, though. So 5, 2, 3 and 1. I thought 2 and 5 looks the likely Quinella.
Yeah, same. I went 5 to beat 2 and 3 as well, so no change there. Ratton, Jolly Banner, Romantic Touch. I think the Q5, the banker with 2 or 3. I put Packing Dragon just in front of Horse of Fortune, but yep, 5 on top.
Yeah, 5 on top for me as well. If the prices stayed the same, though, I'd be backing Jolly Banner, but he's very short.
$1.10 skinny, isn't it?
He's on the short side at this stage, but we're still a way out. 2 races down, 2 all-weather races to come. We're still on the turf, though, for race number 3. That's next.